It was like drinking liquid fire, the heart blood sending a searing bolt of agony through him the instant it touched his tongue. Somehow he managed not to lose his grip on the vial, keeping it pressed against his lips until the entire contents had made a fiery progress from his throat to his gut. He convulsed as the pain blossomed, thrashing in the water as it grew, banishing all other sensation, turning his vision grey then black. He wondered if the pain would kill him before Last Look Jack could send a stream of flame down to boil him as he thrashed. Either way, he knew with absolute certainty he had barely seconds to live. Then it was gone. The pain vanished in an instant. Clay blinked, and the black void filling his eyes cleared. He was still in the water, floating weightlessly below a shimmering surface. The water was cold, but the chill was muted somehow, a distant thing beyond the confines of his body, a body he quickly realized had grown to huge proportions. The view ahead was a melange of color. Cool azure shades shot through with smudges of orange and the occasional small flutters of deep red. They see heat rather than light, Ethelyn Drystone had said when she shared memories with him in the ruined amphitheater. Once again, he was seeing the world through the eyes of a drake. He saw that these colors were not so vibrant as those captured by the doomed black all those centuries ago, but any sense of limited vision was more than dispelled by the sound that filled his ears. It was a constant vibrating echo, varying in pitch from one second to the next. It meant little to him, but he could sense an understanding somewhere in his mind, an instinctive knowledge possessed by the one who had captured this memory. The conclusion was as inescapable as it was terrifying. I'm trancing with Last Look Jack. The view shifted as the soundscape changed, a sharp pealing cry cutting through the echo. The shimmering surface above blurred as Clay was propelled through the water, moving with a speed that was beyond any human engine. He could feel the great drake's pulse quicken from a steady, ponderous thrum to a rapid drumbeat as the pealing cry came again. It was plainly a distress call, shot through with panic and terror. Clay could sense Jack's increasing alarm as they raced through the water, the understanding afforded by the trance enabling him to recognize it as parental concern. Somewhere his child was suffering. Abruptly, the distress call rose to a scream, piercing enough to send a shiver of pain through Clay's mind. Then it was gone, cut off in an instant. Another sensation seeped through his consciousness as the scream faded. Not a sound this time, a scent. It was a smell that would usually stir hunger in the belly of this monstrous predator, but now stirred only despair. Blood, but not prey to be hunted down or a drifting whale carcass to be scavenged. This was the blood of a blue drake. Last Look Jack gave voice to a cry of his own then, a deep throaty roar of grief that seemed to shake the sea. His speed remained undiminished, however, his massive body coiling with furious energy to propel him on. The scent of blood grew more intense until Clay saw a dark, billowing red fog ahead, cooling to pink as the warmth leached into the water. Jack slowed as he neared the cloud, Clay making out a dark matrix amidst the billowing warmth, a net stretched tight around something large and limp. He could see the dark barbs of several harpoons jutting from the dead blue, a juvenile judging by its size. Blood bloomed with fresh intensity as the net shifted and the body rolled in its snare as it was drawn up towards the surface. Jack's gaze followed the black lines of the hauling ropes, finding two long dark shapes interrupting the surface above. He knew these shapes, knew they brought danger, and normally the sight of them would have caused him to dive for the security of the depths. But not today.